The areas in which we innovate may simply be wrong. Because at the moment we're paying a huge amount of attention to what you might call communications technologies and entertainment technologies. And it worries me a bit because actually I think the technologies that will improve the lot of human life over the next 20, 30 years may come from a completely unexpected place. Quite a lot of this technological innovation is going on without really any good idea of what it's for, the human benefits it will actually bring. And my strange contention is that if you're a marketer looking forward over the next 20 or 30 years, the real area of science to look for extraordinary progress isn't actually in the standard field of consumer electronics, or not the conventional field of consumer electronics. It's actually in a different kind of software altogether, which is our understanding of wetware or human psychology. One of the reasons why, and this is I think something that's chastening to all marketers, only about 4 to 5% of new products actually succeed, is not generally because there's a technical failing. It's not even because people in research showed insufficient appetite for the product in question. It's because somewhere deep down in the human psyche, there was some obstacle or lack of enthusiasm in people's minds to which we don't have introspective awareness. Now, this is perhaps one of the most important discoveries of modern neuroscience. And yet we allow a sort of fairly simple, self-interested economic model, the neoclassical model of economics, to dominate business thinking and decision-making. To an extent to which most organizations don't even have a marketer on the board. They're content to make decisions without any single person in the decision-making unit having any understanding of psychology or human behavior at all. 4G leaves me slightly nervous. Why? Because although the download speeds on 4G are objectively much, much faster than those on 3G, the real thing that contributes to the human perception of speed is actually low latency, not high download speeds. That's why apps are popular. Apps cheat. Because when you touch a button on an app, something happens immediately. Now in the background, the bandwidth may be slow and the technology may be grinding away slowly, but our brain thinks something happened immediately, therefore this is fast. I've already become half infamous for talking about high-speed rail. Is really the best way of improving the journey from London to Paris to reduce the journey time at a cost of 6 billion and reduce the journey time from 3.5 hours to 2 hours 50. Actually, our perception of time is generally pretty feeble. If you're playing Angry Birds, time has no meaning whatsoever. If you'd spent the money on putting on-train Wi-Fi, the perceived journey time would have been reduced and the utility of the journey would have been increased more. Alternatively, spend $1 billion hiring all of the world's top male and female supermodels, get them to walk up and down the train handing out free Chateau Petrus to all the passengers. You've saved yourself £5 billion and they ask for the train to be slowed down.